Diggers. I'm your host, Miss New Love, and as usual, I have an amazing guest in the studio. Her name is Bola, and she is the CEO of The Skinny Cook, which is an amazing brand that she's going to tell us all about. But before we get talking to her, I'd like to say a big thank you to my sponsors, who are Omega House Multimedia Company, who are located in North London on West Green Road, right next to Uncle John's Bakery. And you can go to Omega Live for Omega House Multimedia Company for all your multimedia needs. They cover events, you know, your weddings, your funerals, your parties. They do photography, your passport pictures, magazines, you know, name it, they do it. Omega House Multimedia Company, they are my main sponsors for Gold Diggers. I'd also like to say a big thank you to all my sponsors that supported me last year. I haven't forgotten you guys. Thank you so much. And like I said, we have an amazing guest in the studio. Before we speak to her, don't forget to share this show with everybody and anybody, because you know this show is all about bringing to light people that are doing amazing things within their communities, various societies and professions. It's on a Monday. When you watch this show, the aim is to inspire you and empower you for the rest of the week. It's 2020, guys. So let people know all about Gold Diggers, which covers business, lifestyle and inspiration. And this lady is definitely inspirational. Remember that we are also live on YouTube, Omega Live TV on YouTube, and here on Facebook, Omega Live TV. So yes, we have Bola, the Skinny Cook, looking all slim, slim and fine.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you on my show. You know, I've been following you for ages. I love your style, your glasses. Look at you, your vintage, vintage stuff.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here.
I am so excited. When I got the invite, I was like, yes, I want to be there already. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Definitely an honor to be seen as a gold digger. Yes.
Yes, you are.
Going for it.
Definitely. I mean, you've had an amazing weight loss journey.
Yes.
And you've turned this weight loss journey into something else. You've turned it into a brand. You're a certified health and wellness weight loss coach.
Yes.
And you're also a natural chef, certified natural chef.
Yes.
I mean, what else do you do? I know you've got this amazing fashion, you know, sense of style, sense of fashion as well.
Yeah.
But we're going to go into all that. So normally I like to do a bit of ice-breaking questions. And, you know, I like to get to the root of my guest and go right down to childhood.
Indeed.
You know, so you are a Nigerian,
yes.
a proud Nigerian. I have a lot of Nigerians on this show. You know?
We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Yeah, definitely everywhere. So you're Nigerian. Was you born in Nigeria?
I was born and raised in Nigeria. I came to England when I was 19.
Okay.
So I went to secondary school in Nigeria, primary school, and started off my university education. But at that time in Nigeria, there was a lot of university closures, and we were at home for a long stretch. And it was supposed to be a trip to London on holiday. And 20-something years after, I'm still on holiday.
That's always the case.
Yeah.
So when you came to the UK, I mean, what did you do?
So when I came to the UK, I went back to study. Went to London Guildhall University, went to study IT and business. So did that for a while, graduated, and progressed into working as an IT consultant. So yeah, as you do, just following that path. You know what Nigerian parents are like: go to school, study, start working. And I always knew I had big ambitions, but at that time I was just trying to see where the studying would take me. And yes, I was So
did you ever have plans to be an entrepreneur or, you know, start your own business?
Yes. I remember when I was growing up, my mom would have her friends over, and I would say to her that when I'm 21, I'm going to have this, I'm going to own this. And my mom and her friends would sit down and they'll laugh really, you know. And yeah, now I can see why they laughed, because I'm laughing at myself now because it's been a journey. But yes, I've always known somewhere that, you know, I'd want to, you know, try my hands out on something that is legacy building, something that I can leave behind, and something that after I'm gone is here for other people as well. So yeah, it's always been somewhere there. But it was just the way that everything happened that I could never have planned.
Yeah. I bet you didn't think it was gonna be through your weight loss journey you were gonna create this amazing brand.
I'm telling you that this is what I say, that when things happen to you, they don't happen to you, they happen for you. So my weight loss journey started at a very difficult time of my life. My marriage was like, in fact, nothing was going well at the time. And then on top of it, I fell ill. My body was just not coping well with the weight gain. I would take food down, it would come back up.
Wow.
And I really got scared. The doctors got scared. They thought it was something that really serious. They thought maybe it was cancer. Because it was just so bad. The food would come out through my nose. It was just ridiculous. So they did the endoscopy, found that it wasn't cancer. But prior to that, you know where that waiting period where you're thinking, so if this is it for me, is this my life? I've wasted my life just having regrets, not changing things I wanted to change, not hitting my age 21 goal and making something big. It was as if I had so many mental blockers, things that I put there myself to stop me from doing things, because I wanted to do things when my marriage got better, when I got a better job, when, it was always one thing or the other. And falling ill basically made me just sit down and just look at my life. And when I did, I just said to God that if you give me another chance, if this is okay, I will fix everything. I will fix my marriage. I will fix myself. At that point, I didn't even think that I could fix my marriage, but I knew that I would fix me in that marriage. And if things didn't work out, then I'm ready for the world, So I kind of like took focus off my husband and put the focus back on myself and my relationship with God. And I started to rebuild myself. So this is, because nobody wakes up and says that I'm going to start a business, I'm going to gain weight, lose weight, and then I'll start this business and this will be my life. But the way it all happened is that after I lost weight, it was like I rediscovered myself. I started to do things. In fact, I released a song. I think I probably went crazy for the first year. I was doing everything and anything that had ever gone through my mind. That, everything. Sometimes you say, I could sing, I could do this. I did everything that year. I did a song. I did some songs. I did videos. I was just doing everything. And I found confidence to do it. I was doing it like I didn't care who was watching or who wasn't watching. And because somehow it just felt like my self-esteem, everything that I thought I'd lost with having children and all of that, kind of like found its way back to me. And suddenly I had a voice. I could say things and I could show up to back up the things I was saying. It literally changed my life. And so
especially looking at your old pictures, I was like, wow, like you just look a lot younger, I must say.
I know a lot of people say to me that I look younger.
You look like a different person.
My husband says he's been married to 2 women.
Wow. I'm sure. Yeah, definitely, because you look like a completely different person. You look amazing.
Thank you so much.
So when did you start gaining weight? How was your childhood? Was you a bigger child or was you slim?
I think I was very skinny when I was growing up. And then it got to a phase where, you started to get to a teenager. I started gaining weight little by little. But I wasn't really, really big. And then when I came here at 19, I was living on my own, no mom to cook for you. I was really eating rubbish. I would buy because obviously I was working and I was studying as well. Money was, I didn't have so much money flying around. So I would buy lots and lots of tinned custards. And I would have one a day, like when I get back from school. I had custard. Now I can't take custards because I'm sick. When you overdo things, I'd have custard all the time. And then at that time, Danish butter cookies were only £1 for the tin. So I would just load them up. So it was custard and Danish cookies. And I just never seemed to gain weight. And I don't know what happened. It just went pop. And then suddenly I started gaining weight. And it wasn't like as if I saw it happening. It was little by little, by little. And
It just creeps up.
yeah, so I never really looked at myself as a big girl. I would look at other people and say that, oh my God, she's big, but I never thought of myself as big or anything. And I know my husband would say things like, oh, maybe you need to start running, maybe you need to go to the gym.
Did he meet you as a big lady, or was
No,
you?
I was actually like a size 12 when we got married.
Okay.
So I think having the kids, and then I was
I
comfortable.
didn't even know you had children. Wow.
I've got I've got a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old. So I think I just got comfortable with the whole marriage thing, married, children. What am I looking for? Yeah, let's just try to make some money now. So that was it really. I wasn't really, I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything or I needed to fix myself, because I would dress up and cover up, wear the A-line skirts and A-line dresses. And yeah, I was fine with it. And other than the fact that, you know, I didn't realize I was hiding away so many things under like the big boo-boo.
Yes,
You know,
I saw your post on that.
Yeah, wear the big boo-boo and, you know, you wear whatever just to cover up. And yeah. So, yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
So at what point did you think, you know, I need to lose weight, this thing is really getting to me now?
I think the wake-up call for me came after the endoscopy was done. And the doctor went, it was amazing because the doctor had tears in his eyes. It was like, oh my God, it's not cancer, it's not. And I was like, excuse me, why are you getting so excited? He was even more excited than me. And so the options I had was so now they knew what it was. I could either have surgery or try to lose weight and see if the weight loss will alleviate the issues I was having.
Okay.
I didn't really want to have surgery because I remember when I had my last son, my two kids were born by cesarean section.
Okay.
So the first one was easy, but the second one, for some irrational reason, I was really, really terrified. I was really scared. I wasn't sure if I would wake up. I just went through a really horrible period. So I knew that at that point that I didn't ever want to go under the knife again because it just felt really unsettling for me. So I thought, okay, I've promised God that I'm going to change my life. So the only option I have is to at least try to lose weight before going under the knife. So that was it. Yeah.
I'm actually looking at your hair. I'm trying to figure out how you do it. It's lovely.
Yeah, just 1,000,001 hairpins.
Oh, I've got loads in my hair.
Yeah, if you can tame the hairpins, the hair stays perfect. That's the trick. The only thing is, I'm sure you find your hairpins everywhere around the house.
Yeah, they're normally in my hair for ages, actually. So the weight loss, because your weight loss was very dramatic, very quick.
Yeah.
And, you know, they say that when you want to change your lifestyle or you want to embark on being a new person, you shouldn't focus on dieting, but rather changing your habits.
Yes.
So it might seem a bit kind of contradictory to what you're...
This is the thing about weight loss. It's such a sensitive topic for a lot of people. People don't like to talk about it, and these days it's not very social media savvy. People don't like it. They think that it's an intrusion. You're trying to say to people not to be happy about their mental health. You're putting too much pressure on people. But the truth is, if I hadn't fallen ill, I would probably still be living my best life and all of that. But the truth is, the pressure we put on our organs and the pressure, if anybody had told me I could ever fall ill, in my mind I was the healthiest person in the world. Sickness happened to other people. It didn't happen to me or anyone around me. So it was shocking for me that I had a close call. I couldn't sleep lying down. I had to sleep upright for like months on end so that the food would not come back up. So for me, it's, I think more than your mental health well-being will be messed up anyway if you are in bad shape. So for me, it was really looking at what I needed to do for my body.
And fast.
And, you know, and fast to stay alive. I was thinking, at that time I was 42, I'm 46 now.
Wow.
Well, I'll be 46 in July. So
Amazing.
I was 42 and I was thinking, if I'm feeling this way at 42, how would I feel when I'm 50? I can't run with my kids. I can't do anything. I would constantly wake up tired. You know, when you wake up and it feels like you need to rest from that, just getting up. So it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I really needed to do something about it. And I suppose because I knew that I had this medical issue, it made it more urgent for me. And also because I had made a promise that if I had a second chance at life, I would do better.
Second chance, yeah.
That's what it felt like, because it just really felt like, because, you know, the NHS is amazing. They're really wonderful people, but they have ways of preparing you like, okay, it might be this, but don't worry, you'll be fine. It might be that. So you go away with them not saying you've got this, but you're still considering it that, you know, what if?
Yes.
You know, so I had weeks where I had my what ifs playing back and forth and back and forth. So yeah, for me it just had to be done. So when I decided to focus on and don't forget, my marriage was like anyway. So I had a whole lot of things to work on.
Yeah.
I knew that my husband was a good man, but I knew that I needed to fix me. I can't constantly be looking at a man to validate me. So rather than saying my marriage was because of my husband, I put the focus back on myself.
And he did meet you as a size 12, like you said. So
yeah,
I mean,
and
from you know, going up to a size 18.
And you know what? This is one thing I always say to people as well, that you can't negotiate from a position of weakness. At that time in the marriage, I didn't feel like I could negotiate because I didn't feel good in myself. I didn't feel that, even if he had said to me that, you know, he didn't want me anymore, I didn't feel like I could even fight like I deserved him or he deserved me. I really needed to fix me. I needed to see myself in a new light. I needed to see myself and present myself in a way that I would be in a position of strength. Like, look, if you want to walk away, but I'll be fine. I couldn't say that. I was more like, oh, please don't go, kind of situation. And nobody deserves to be in that. You know, we all need to be able to negotiate from strength. You, even if it's marriage, it's a negotiation. Honey, this is it. And, you know, another thing I always tell everybody that when you go into a room, the most attractive person is not always the most beautiful, but it's always the most confident person.
That's true.
A confident person will walk in and they will own it. I have a sister, she's big, but she enters anywhere, she owns it. And everybody will be like, who is she? I didn't have that. And this is the thing, you just have to face your own truth.
That's true,
I had to be honest with myself that I didn't have that. I wanted to, like, oh yeah, don't put the camera on me, put the camera on anyone else. And, you know, if I did anything, I'll film my face, I'll do all sorts of things. But I had ways of, you know, just trying to hide away. So, yeah, I just needed to break free.
So how did you do it?
So how did I do it? So it's actually, I did everything. I lost weight in 4 months, but it was actually a journey. So first I went to the gym. I'd go to the gym, not know what to do, got fed up. Then I joined the boot camp. And a boot camp is like very similar to a gym, but you have other people, weight loss buddies, and you're all doing like activities together. But I got for camp. Yeah, like a boot camp. A boot camp. Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said boot camp. I was like, boot camp? What's a boot camp?
It's my Nigerian accent. Yeah, so I went to a boot camp and would like do group events. But again, I got fed up because they would ask us to all run, and I would always come last. I'm like, oh, why me again? You know, so don't forget, I was still battling my self-esteem situation and all of that there. So I decided to quit that, and I started looking for something. And went on the internet, found a VLCD diet, which is a very low-calorie diet. And basically what that means is like you eat below your calorific requirements. So for a woman in a day, we need roughly about 2,000 calories. So the very low calorie diets would mean that you're eating maybe around 800 to 1,200 calories, and it's very, very monitored. And that worked. The only thing is, the minute it was like packaged foods, and I was craving real foods, I really wanted to eat real foods. And so I was like, oh my God. And the minute you come off that, you gain the weight back. It's ridiculous. How can I spend the rest of my life out of sachets? So that wasn't realistic. So I went back to the drawing board to try to find other ways. And then so I think it was even on Facebook. I was just going on one of these, before and after weight loss type websites. And someone said, oh, have you heard about the ketogenic diet? And I was like, what's that? And started to Google, found a bit more about the ketogenic diet.
So what's the difference between the keto diet and Atkins diet? Because the Atkins diet came before, which is a no carb diet.
Yeah.
And keto is quite similar, but what's the difference?
So I think the Atkins diet focuses a lot more on proteins.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas the ketogenic diet is proteins, very, very low calories, medium, a lot of fats, but healthy fats. And so where in the Atkins diet you just ignore carbs altogether. With the ketogenic diet, you have carbs or very, very low carbs.
Okay, and how do you measure it, and how do you follow the keto diet? Because I know that you have to test your urine and go into ketosis. Like the people that are really on it, do it that way.
Well, you don't have to test your urine. It's if you're curious to know if you're in ketosis that you test your urine. So basically, with the ketogenic diet, it's very, very prescriptive. So it tells you what you can eat, what you can't eat, and what you can have unlimited amounts of. And unlimited amounts of are usually things like vegetables, your greens, and then there's certain fruits. Basically, what the ketogenic diet does is to limit any source of sugar and anything that can spike your blood sugar level. In a nutshell, it's about really maintaining a stable sugar level. And also because you take quite a lot of fats, your body is switching over to burning fats rather than burning glucose. So it's very straightforward as long as you follow the prescription. So you're not eating your rice. So the first few months, I was so desperate. I didn't eat rice. I didn't eat pasta. I didn't eat, and it's not sustainable. If I'm honest.
Because I was going to ask, because Africans, we love rice.
It's not sustainable.
I mean, I've tried not to eat rice and pasta and all these things.
So this is the thing. So I just knew that the ketogenic diet was kind of like a savior from eating sachets to proper food. But once I was on the ketogenic diet, I kept losing weight and losing weight and losing weight. And at one point, I really looked gaunt and I really didn't like it. I was like, you would really, really feel, I really wanted to fill up but still be slim. So obviously, I started looking for what to do and finding out more. And at that point, I decided to go back and study nutrition, started studying weight loss. It just really aroused this curiosity about eating and about healthy living. And I've since found that my body has very, very low tolerance for I think because the whole issue I had is around my tummy, and I'm one of those people that when I gain weight around my tummy, and that's the most difficult. That's the most difficult area first to get rid of, and it's also the most dangerous. Well, it's not the most difficult to get rid of. It's just the most dangerous because the fat surrounds your organs and compromises how your organs work before you start seeing it everywhere. You know, on one of the courses, we did the human body, and I saw the size of the heart, and the heart is like that. That literally scared me. I'm like, can you think about the pressure that we put on our organs? They're so small, and you know they're working so hard. So it's really amazing, the human body. But yes, it just got me so interested. And the other day I was thinking, who would have thought that I'll be here studying more and more,
doing these amazing
getting into food
as well,
and just being so curious about food and how food changes you and how it affects you. But like I said, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So everything I went through, my marriage, my illness, I believe it happened for me because it was leading me to this path that I believe that is my calling.
Wow. So when did you start to think about, you know, doing this brand, Skinny Cook? How did you get the vision for it? How did it start?
I think it started really with one of the most beautiful things about the ketogenic diet is that you relearn everything you know about food. So you start to, every time you pick up a new type of food that you want to eat, you have to check, is it carbs loaded, is it fiber? You have to know what group of food it is, because you know what each of the groups do for you. And you soon get fed up of the small, you know, foods that you know, and you start looking for more things to add to it, because they've taken away so many things, taken away rice, taken away pasta. So what do you put back in? So, you know, it makes you really curious about food. And then when you go into a shop, you can just go into a random shop, like, you know how you're used to it, you're hungry, you go to the off license, there's nothing there that you can buy that will fit.
Apart from biscuits.
Yeah, apart from biscuits. And when you do, you're back to square one, because it will then kick you out of ketosis, and you're like back at the beginning again. So it just started occurring to me that, you know, we could start putting things together that would be interesting, because I believe that, you know, even if you're trying to lose weight, it shouldn't be painful. It should be from eating. It should be fun. It should be great foods that we love to eat, but just made healthier by changing our oils, the ingredients, and just making, you know, things that are better. So I think a lot of people with the when ketogenic diet got popular some years ago, you know, started finding new ways of doing things. And yeah, my dream was that I would walk into like any off license and want something that would be great for my health, and it's there, not something that is loaded with chemicals and fillers and stuff. So yeah, I think it was from my own need and the need of people that were in a group that we were all chatting and just trying to do this together.
Okay, so you have some of your things that you've created.
Yeah.
And one thing I love is the fact that you recreated seasonings.
Yes.
Because I had, well, not that I didn't know seasonings had a lot of calories, but I wasn't really, you know, aware until recently how much calories seasonings carry. And I'm a big fan of using seasonings, so I was like, wow, that really hit me last year. Like, you know, all these Maggie cubes and aromats. I love aromat. Aromat for everything. Aromat on egg, aromat on chicken, aromat on fish. You know, they carry so much calories.
Yeah, and aside the calories, I think another thing
and
that
salt.
Some of them also carry a lot of additives and they're fillers as well. So spices generally are expensive. So the big firms, what they tend to do is they add things to it to make it bigger, to make, and they also add enhancers to it, so that a natural taste would taste even like a natural way to enhance, like because I also went back to train as a chef. One of the ways that we found that, you know, things that enhance your taste is, you know, in the kitchen, you add vinegar to things, it makes the taste bigger, it makes it more pronounced. So you add vinegar to it and you're like, oh, I can taste the apple in there, I can taste it. The same way that manufacturers do. So they're making curry, they want that curry to hit you the minute you smell it. So they add fillers, they add enhancers and all sorts of chemicals. And this is one of the things that people that are on the ketogenic diet tend to do. They look at everything from additives. If there's anything I can't pronounce there, it means that it shouldn't be there because I haven't got enough knowledge about it. So it was what I really liked the most, that it changed for me, is that it made you curious about everything that goes in your mouth. So you see an E number, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's dangerous, but it means that I need to go and check that out and see how or what it is, basically. So yeah.
So how long did it take to prepare to finally launch this brand? Because, you know, you had to go back to school, like you said, you had to study a lot about health.
Yes, indeed.
And foods.
And foods. So basically, going back to study was a beautiful part, because now I knew that one of the things I knew for a fact was that everything that we prepare must be pure. And that in itself was a challenge, because we want it natural, we don't want preservatives in it. How do we keep these things from going off? So that was actually a journey for us.
That's just one part of it. Then there's also the branding and the marketing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a whole different
I've got a few things to just show you. Some of them are like
I'm excited because I'm seeing this.
I should have brought some. So I've got some of the packaging here just so you can see it. We've got like lots of fun things. I'll just show you a few. So this is one of the things that's skinny jollof, which is an interesting take. Our interesting take on making jollof rice. Obviously, I haven't brought the jollof. But
Yeah, I was wondering where's the rice. Okay.
So, yeah, so we've also got like coconut fufu, which is again, you know, just basically ways of
Let's talk about the coconut fufu. I'm really interested in that.
Yeah, so this is just the packaging for you.
Okay, so you just bought all the packaging.
I just bought the packaging.
Okay.
You know, what happened was I literally thought about this is the one thing that's got like stuff in it.
Okay.
I can show that to you. So basically, with the coconut fufu, that came because as a Nigerian, we always eat what we call swallows. So our fufu and our eba and our amala and all the rest of that, we call them swallows. And our soups are amazing, Africans in general, because we use a lot of vegetables, a lot of great oils like palm oil. They're fantastic. But unfortunately, the foods we eat with them are very high in carbs, pounded yam and all of that, and very low in fiber. So the coconut fufu is an alternative when you're trying to lose weight because it's very filling. So it's basically coconut flour with psyllium husk. And the psyllium husk is a plant, and it's 100% fiber. So basically, when you mix it in with your coconut flour, it raises the fiber level, and what it means is that the food really just gives you that satiation. You feel full, but it's in and out.
So this is the coconut fufu.
So that's the coconut.
And what would
fufu.
you eat this with?
So you could have that with like a vegetable soup. You could have it with okra, what we call egusi.
Yes.
Yeah,
my favorite.
Yeah, quite
Nigerian
interesting.
dish, yeah.
So I mean, it's just amazing because one of the dreams I have is that we would look at world foods. So one of my friends is coming over to the kitchen to make us red.
Wow.
She says it's a favorite Ghanaian food.
My favorite dish.
So we're going to look at red. We're going to look at how we can make it, you know, even healthier. And the oils, everything. So that's the dream, that we look at our foods, that we don't need to get rid of our foods. We just need to make our foods healthier by using the right ingredients, making sure that we go back to using natural spices, and just have fun
the
with
skinny
food.
jollof. Let's talk about that. We've spoken about the coconut fufu, but the skinny jollof is what I'm really, really interested in as well.
So the skinny jollof basically
and you look at her. She's amazing. She's on the
my chef face on.
Wow.
Yeah. So skinny jollof basically is jollof rice that is made. So a few years ago, when everyone started running away from rice and trying to avoid rice, a few scientists started working on how they can actually reduce the calories in rice. And an Indian scientist actually came up with something that was published about 2-3 years ago, some work that was done in a university in India on how to reduce the calories in rice by cooking it with coconut oil and freezing it and chilling it, and they faff around with it, and then it drops about 50% of the calories.
Wow.
So he's now shared that, and we're using that method to cook the rice, and then we then take it a step further by making sure that the pepper sauce that forms the base of the jollof rice is also very healthy.
So is this like all packaged rice you just heat up in the microwave?
Yes, so there are two ways that these are supplied now. So on our website, we've got a separate website for that, skinnyjollof.com. That one, it's got frozen foods. You basically, we cook the food, blast chill them, they come delivered to you by a frozen courier, and you just stick them in the microwave and it's as good as new. And they're all fresh.
Wow.
Lovely. And we're going to be doing quite a lot of events. We're hoping to do carnivals and to do different events.
You've been doing a lot. I mean, tell us about some of the events that you've taken part in, pop-ups, exhibitions.
There's been loads of exhibitions. I think the one that sticks out the most in my mind right now was not even done here in the UK, was done in Nigeria. And it was quite interesting because Nigerians are very, very sensitive when it comes to food. If you heard about the Jamie Oliver saga where he tried to make jollof rice, they went and tried to take him out. Yeah, but they're like, what is skinny jollof? Which one is skinny jollof? I must try it first. We're very highly opinionated, and we hold our foods very dear to heart. So I went for there's a food festival held by, it's one of the biggest food festivals in Nigeria by a bank called GTB.
Okay.
And
GTB, yes.
different people in the food industry come together, and I launched Skinny Jollof there. And I was really excited because it got good reviews there. I'm like, okay, I'm fine now. The whole place where I learned jollof rice, I can take it to the world now. So that was really exciting.
Okay.
So yeah, but other than that, we've done quite a few events here. In fact, I'm looking forward to. I'm going to do some markets as well. Brixton Market. We're going to do just fun things, just taking the food out to people, and even better, we're opening up this World Foods what should I call it? Should I call it program? It's a book, but we're inviting different people from across the world. I've got a special.
So do you have a team?
Planned for it. I have a team, but I tend to do quite a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
I have a team. We're a small team, but we work.
And how
really.
does your husband feel about all this now? He must be so proud of you.
My husband is really excited. My husband is like my biggest fan now. He's like, you know.
See, guys, see how being an entrepreneur, a gold digger, can get your husband back.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He's my biggest investor.
Oh, wow.
You know, the thing is, I think from even losing weight, his attitude towards me changed. Not because I look better, that could have helped. But he saw how I dragged myself back up. And I would give him his food and he's like, no, I don't want to eat that. I want to eat what you're eating.
Wow.
So he saw the difference, and it's amazing. He's a great guy, yeah.
So let's look at the seasonings as well. Come on, bring out everything.
I wish I brought everything, but another thing I brought today to show you is apple cider vinegar. So apple cider vinegar is one of the things that, you know, you see people.
Yeah, I drink this.
But these ones are in sachets, so they're pre-measured. So when you're going to work, because apple cider vinegar, you know, it doesn't smell very nice. So they're all pre-measured in sachets. If you're rushing out, you just pick up a sachet, put it with your drink. And one of the things, in the early days, people used to think that apple cider vinegar was a myth. But there's now medical research that backs that it slows down sugar release. And don't forget, with every diet, if you can manage the rate at which your blood sugar spikes, then you're more likely to succeed with your weight loss. So basically, if you wanted to cheat and have a cake, just make sure that you cheat and have a glass of apple cider vinegar. Always make sure you dilute it. It kind of like fools your body to believe that the cake didn't happen. So it kind of like just slows down the sugar release.
This is just amazing. Like, I'm so proud of you. Honestly.
Thank you so much.
This is a big deal. It really is.
Thank you.
Making your own food, you know, your own products, because I know the research that goes into it, you know, before you even start looking for packaging. I mean, that's why I've even given up in the past on doing stuff, you know, like, because you just when it comes to packaging, you're just like, oh god, this is
everything is.
So the fact that you've actually made these things and, you know, they're on sale.
Yeah.
Are they in any food?
So we're speaking with when it was initially launched, the idea was to
because it looks like something that should be in Waitrose, you know. I just see it like,
so we're speaking with different stores now. But initially when we launched, because I wanted it to be something that other people that were trying to lose weight and all of that were using, so it was open to a small group of people that knew about what I was doing. But now we're opening up, and ketogenic diets, and, you know, people paleo, everybody, and even people that are just on a wellness journey now, you know, use quite a lot of this product.
Popcorn there.
Yeah, so we've got one that we call the Palcorn, which again,
guys, look at this. This woman has created her own brand, you know. She's so creative. Like, I love it.
Yeah, so we've got quite a lot of interesting things. So it'll be good one day. I'll make sure we send a box full of proper things to you, so you can try everything out.
I would love to be a guinea pig.
This was a last minute thought when I was coming here. And then we've got our drinks as well.
Yes, I saw that on your website.
So we've got the
let me give you this back.
So these are like apple cider vinegar in sparkling water, so it's more or less pre-mixed. And
was this your first product?
So this was one of our first drinks. After that, we launched another one, which is sweet. That one isn't.
Okay.
So this one is like what you would have for anybody would just have this, but that one is for like the hardcore people that are trying to lose weight,
Right.
or you're just looking for something to use as a mixer. So sometimes I mix that in with lemonade, lime,
Okay.
just to slow down the sugar release. This one is red wine water, but we've got red wine water, white wine water, and apple cider vinegar water, and it's basically the vinegars, they do the same thing, which is to slow down sugar release.
This is amazing.
Thank
Wow. So, guys, look. I'm excited.
Thank
I just
you
love
so
your
much.
branding, your
Thank
style.
you.
You know,
Thank
the way
you.
you've incorporated your style into the food. It's so creative. Like, you know.
Thank you.
So, I just wanted to kind of diverse and talk about procrastination because it's the beginning of the year and a lot of people procrastinate. I'm one of them. I'm trying not to, praying hard this year. I'm not, you know, so the quote for this week is procrastination is a thief. So what advice would you give to, you know, our viewers that are watching, you know, that are, you know, hitting a brick wall at such a early stage of the year? Because, you know, like you start going to the gym and you start that diet and then you're like 15 days in, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then it's like, you know, everything just goes down. Like, what's your advice to those that, because I'm sure you've experienced procrastination so many
all the
times.
all the time, especially, you know, sometimes when, if you're I think the way God created all of us, we're creators, so we always have ideas of one thing that we wish we could do, or something that we should be doing, but somehow we always think that, okay, maybe these things should exist, but maybe I am not the one that's supposed to be creating it. If it doesn't exist that it's come to your mind, maybe you should be the one creating it. But how do we get by procrastination? Oftentimes when we procrastinate is because we haven't got enough information. So if you just view procrastination as simple in those terms, that's what's helped me. So if I'm trying to avoid doing something, it's mainly because that thing doesn't make me feel good, because it doesn't make me feel smart, it doesn't make me feel I'm on top of it. I just look at it in those simplistic terms. It means that I haven't got enough information. So just try and focus your effort away from looking like, okay, I'm not doing this. Just try to get more information about that thing. Because the more you seek, the more you will find. I mean, there's so many people out there that want to help. When I wanted to go into manufacturing, I didn't know anything about manufacturing, nothing at all. You'd be surprised how many blogs, how many Facebook groups are there with like-minded people that share information freely. So I joined different groups. The core is that find more information. If you're procrastinating, the information is not going to appear. Just think about what you want to do and say that today I don't know the answer, but I would search a bit more. I will search a bit more. If you're searching for that thing, then you're working on it. Then it's not a day that you haven't done anything, because if anyone is like me, I always self-regulate and self-evaluate and self-punish and we put ourselves under too much pressure. The things that we would not put on other people. So you wouldn't see other people and say that you didn't do anything today. What have you spent your day doing today? But we do it all to ourselves. So we change the tone in which we speak to ourselves by being real. So today so we're working on new products. We are working on sweets, and we're working on, but I've been putting it off because I haven't got enough information. So how do I make it better? By going on and asking people in the industry, sending off at least one email today, and just keep chipping at it. Keep chipping at it. One day at a time, it will come together. Sometimes when I look at, I've got to a stage now that I'm like, stop, no more products. We're not building, we're just going to try to get our products now into the market. And I can't believe I would ever get to a stage where I'll be so confident with production when there was a day that I was so scared that just that one product. Now, you just need to say it, and I know that, okay, I can go here, I can go here, I can go there. Even to manufacturers I'm working with, I know who can help. And you'd be surprised when you put yourself out there. the good things that will come towards you.
Definitely.
You know, if I never put up my Instagram or put up a post, I wouldn't have met you, lovely lady.
Yeah.
So, you know, just put yourself out there. God has a way of really just always connecting the dots for you.
Definitely.
Yeah, just put one line. Somebody will come and say, "Oh, I've got a line that can fit in there."
Wow.
And that's just life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we've been speaking to Bola, and I'm calling her Bola because I'm very bad with pronunciation. You guys should know that if you watch the show, me and pronunciation are not good.
You've done really well, though.
Thank you. I'm trying. So yes, we have Bola, the Skinny Cook, the CEO of the Skinny Cook, which is an amazing brand. She's going to tell you guys where to find her before we leave very soon. There's still time to share, because you know the show is always available on Facebook and on YouTube. So keep sharing, because what we've spoken about is very important. And I know there's a lot of ladies out there that want to learn different ways to lose weight, and making losing weight fun as well. You know?
And delicious.
And just creating a new lifestyle and learning how to, you know, make our African foods. And Bola has this amazing range, and she has amazing seasoning, suya, jerk chicken.
Have you tried suya before?
No, I haven't. Well, yes, I have in restaurants, but I haven't made it myself. But I'm gonna make it with your seasoning.
We've got this. I'll quickly show you the pack, and I'll send you the real deal.
Okay.
So we've got the suya seasoning. It's authentic. It's
so amazing. She has these great seasonings, guys, and I just love her brand. That's why she's on my show, obviously. But not only does she do all this, she does all these blogs. So I was watching your blogs and I was laughing in my bed yesterday, because I was like, this woman's so funny. And this is something that I picked up and I really want us to talk about, because it's so important. How to deal with bad breath when you're fasting and dieting. Because it's something that happens, and us as Africans, we like to fast because we're always waiting on God for something. So I don't want to spoil it. I want you to tell the viewers about, you know, how to overcome having bad breath when fasting and when dieting, because it's so important to
the first thing.
The breath fresh.
The first thing I try to tell people is it's such. People don't like to talk about it because they think it's. Really,
but it's such an issue in our community. Let's be real.
It is
the meats, the foods we eat.
Okay. Before people feel bad about it, can I just say it's the most natural thing ever. I know it doesn't sound nice, but it's natural. If your breath doesn't smell very nice, there are a few things that can, you know, sometimes it has to do with oral care. You haven't brushed internally, but other times it might just be that your body is burning fat. And when you're burning fat, it's the same way like when you sweat. We get rid of fats that we burn through our breath, and you can imagine foods that have been like hidden off all over the body. When it goes off, it smells really pungent. So before you kill yourself, it's natural. We just have to learn to live in this world with other people and realize that even though it's natural, we have to make the world a better place for ourselves and other people around us. So how do we combat it? There are a few ways. One is when you take chewing gum, it makes it worse. When you take Polo and all these sweets, without mentioning any brand in particular, it makes it worse. Because the bacteria in the mouth that causes the smell feeds on sugar. So the minute you put sugar items in your mouth, for a few minutes you smell the mintiness, and then afterwards they start eating on that sugar and they multiply, and then you're back to square one, and then at night your tooth aches and all of that. So yeah, we're back to this apple cider vinegar thing, isn't it? Apple cider vinegar, because of the fact that it really just wipes away that sugar environment. It's really good. As long as you're diluting it, it's good. You can have a good gargle when you wake up in the morning, freshen your breath, have a good glass. It washes everything away because it's slightly acidic. It just clears, you know, the pathway and just gives you, you know, and then use more mouth sprays than, you know, the sweets, and just try to avoid sweets, and it'll be a lot better. But like I said, before you knock yourself, just remember first that you haven't sinned against anyone. It's natural, but you just have to be aware of it.
So you do recommend apple cider vinegar?
I do recommend apple cider vinegar. You know, it's apple cider vinegar. It just seems like people would really play, but I use apple cider vinegar. When I'm fasting, I use the apple cider vinegar as well as mouth spray. But I try as much as possible to avoid sweets because of the fact that it will get your teeth, and it's only a short-term fix. And sometimes you'd still smell the bread and then smell the sweets.
Okay. I wanted to talk about your style quickly, because you have this amazing vintage style. It's so eye-catching. Have you always been like this, or is it a new look? Or?
I think I've always wanted to be like this. And about 7 years or so ago, it's probably more than that now, I used to write a blog called Seriously Donuts, and I used to feature celebrities and all of that, and I'll feature, and writing a blog really just opens up a whole new world to you that I didn't realize existed. People were so horrible. People would come and leave terrible comments about other people. And they would say really nasty things like, who does she think she is? You post something 1 minute and people come and go. I just didn't see it coming. I didn't know that that world existed. So one day somebody came on. I just featured some woman. I really liked her. And then somebody came on the blog and said, oh, why are you featuring her? She's not even that great. I said a whole lot of horrible things about her. She was deported. I was like, oh my, I'm not going to allow that comment. So I deleted that comment. And because I just felt that it's not fair, it's not right. And this girl came for me. She came for me. She said, I see that you're kissing us, you do this, excuse my French, this, that. She went for me. And then before she left, look at you, you're so ugly, you look like something from the 50s. And I thought, oh my God, that is it. That is what I want to be, something from the 50s. Because I'd always known that. I had always liked things that were a little bit decadent. I've always loved vintage cars, but I just couldn't really put it all together. And what she meant for evil, I think for me, it turned around for good, because I then started looking more into the 50s scene. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. I started styling my hair that way until tomorrow. Wherever you are, if you're watching this, thank you for helping me discover and put everything together. So, I mean, I'd always liked the funky hair and all of that, but it really, that was the push I needed. You look like something from the 50s. And I was like, yeah, I could do that.
So apart from all this, what other interests do you have? What does Bola do in her spare time? Bola do in her spare time? I had to correct myself. Yeah. What, you know, apart from being a mom and being a wife and being the skinny cook.
Apart from all that, I still kind of like sneak in my blues. I still sing jazz. So I still have. So I go swing dancing on Sundays.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and one of the things we did recently was I wrote a song along with my friend Pat Rayford. We did a song called Sugar Push. We did it for the group, and that was exciting to see people dancing to it. So I still kind of like sneak that in when I have time. So I love swing dancing. I love the blues. I love jazz, but I've never really been able to fully express that. So yeah. So
I mean, 2020, you have to live your best life.
I know, right?
And you've launched a podcast.
Yes. So the podcast was really supposed to be like a venting space, more or less, for you to just get stuff out. So I think I'm gonna have fun with that. Just take it easy, talk food, life, and everything that comes to my mind. My mind sometimes the strange things that go on in there need to get out.
So apart from all this, the food, the podcast, what can we expect from your brand? Because Skinny Cooks, like, it's a movement. It's not just about your food products. It's your podcast, it's your style, it's your blogs.
I am so grateful that
you need to go on her website. Her blogs are amazing. Like, and the way she prepares foods, like, she's so passionate about her brand.
Thank you.
You know.
So
and you do all this in your kitchen. That's what I love. And it's just the way you just, you know, center everything in the middle of the kitchen, and then you got the Skinny Cook there. You know, it's so cool.
Oh, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Oh, so one of the things I dream about is to work with different people from different cultures, try foods from across the world. I really, really, really want to get. In my mind, I just see like this big book that is a picture book that includes people. So I'm very curious about people and what people love. And I would love this book to have, so for example, I would love to have you in there, and you'll be Miss New Love, your amazing look, you've got a strong, beautiful look.
Thank you.
And you tell us the foods you love, how that food has influenced your life, and how to make that food. With a picture of you. I want people to be able to get into other people's lives and be like, you know, just, and then they change the page and it's somebody else and the passion and what they love the most. I think when we really, because food really connects us.
Yes,
and
definitely.
food takes away that, oh, you're from here, you're from there. It gives us a common, you know, because we all have different, you know, background, the definitions and all of that. But I'm really working hard on this book, and I hope that I'll be able to get people from across the world, you watching and you and everybody involved. And I just imagine it being like one of these big books that you would have, you know, like on a coffee table, where you just open it and it's just all about food and healthy foods and food made healthier.
I mean, you've made all this happen, so it will definitely come to pass. I believe in you so much. So what's your 3 top tips to anyone that wants to go into wellness coaching, weight loss coaching? Because it's a big thing now. I mean, a lot of people are doing it. So what would you suggest to people that want to,
I think for anyone that wants to go in it, I think are there loads of different elements to? There are loads of different elements, but I think more than anything that I would say is that really find the passion for it, because it's one of those areas that you always have to keep learning and developing yourself. And you have to be so passionate and you have to be so honest, because there'll be so many. Okay, so like there's a whole new movement now that is saying to people not to lose weight, just worry about your mental state. You have to be positivity. Yeah, you have to be strong enough to believe in what you're pushing. I want people to be mentally sound, but I also want them to be physically sound. Your message must actually really be something that comes from the heart, because people can really see through you if it doesn't come from the heart. And if you decide to go into wellness, just know that it's an amazing area, because you not only have information for you, you have information for your family, you have information that can change the world literally. And you know, it's beautiful. I love the whole wellness environment. You're constantly learning about your body, you're constantly learning, and you know, we're living longer. So, and I want to be around. So imagine all the different things that have happened in the world in the last 10 years. I want to be around the next 50 years to see what happened.
I'm sure you will be. You look amazing. You look like you're 12. I would never thought you were 40, late 40s.
Yeah, 40, oh God, 46. So this year is the first time, when I turned 45, I was like, yeah, I'm still young. But this year I actually feel old. So I'm going to actually make an effort to celebrate my 46th, because I feel old. And I'm going to try to pretend 46 is the new 21. So
50 is the new 21. Look forward to 50. 50 is the new 21.
Okay, good. I know, right? Yeah. Everyone's turning 50. Everyone looks amazing.
Exactly. Better than the 40-year-olds.
I know.
So where can people find you on social media?
So on social media, you can find Skinny Cook at Skinny Cook Inc. That's Skinny Cook Inc. And yeah, we're also on YouTube at Skinny Cook. So it's youtube.com/Skinny Cook.
Yeah. And I would advise you guys to watch this lady on YouTube. Like, it's entertaining, and I don't really find things entertaining.
Oh wow, thank you.
To engage, like I was so engaged in.
Oh, thank you.
On your YouTube page yesterday.
Oh, thank you. I must do a few more vlogs there, because I
love them. I watched
it's good to know that I connected. Oh, thank you.
So definitely keep pushing on the YouTube. It's amazing. I love it.
Thank you. So excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No. Thank you.
Thank
you for coming on Gold Diggers. Thank you so much, Bola. Just remember Skinny Cook. Don't even remember the name. Just Skinny Cook. Google it.
Skinny Cook, yeah.
Put it into Instagram. You'll find her, and on Facebook as well. For those that are on Facebook.
For those that are on Facebook. So I had a group on Facebook. Skinny Cook. Sorry, Facebook.com/groups Skinny Cooking. ING or Skinny Cook INC, something like that. But yeah, please find us there. Join us. We'll be talking about healthy eating. In fact, we're starting off a program today from this week. We're going to be talking about, you know, people, how to lose weight, how to eat regularly,
Okay.
as in, and still lose weight, and just to eat healthy. Not necessarily if you're trying to lose weight, but just want to eat healthy and find ways of doing that. So yeah, check out our website.
I love your
That'll be
glasses.
fun. Oh, thank you. The glasses are my thing.
Yeah.
So I don't have any. I don't smoke, don't drink, but do glasses. So I've got like.
Wow, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't drink, she makes glasses.
I have tons of them. Actually, one day I might do like a show just for people to see my glasses.
Yeah.
Would that be showing off?
No, it's part of the brand. It's part of the. I saw you at the Glam Africa event recently.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
loved your
fun.
whole style, the way you
Oh,
put everything
thank
together. I was
you.
like, wow.
Oh, thank
You
you.
look amazing.
You're so kind.
I just love your style.
Do you know, when I saw your message and you said come on the show, I didn't even think, because now today I was supposed to be doing a webinar with
Okay.
starting this the cooking thing off with
Okay.
people that had shown interest. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, I want to be with her. She looks so cool.
Oh, thank you.
So
Thank
I'm
you so
glad-
much. Thank you. We've been speaking to Bola, the CEO of Skinny Cook. I keep saying but Skinny Cook. And she's told us where we can find her on social media. Please follow her. She's an amazing woman
Oh, thank
with
you.
this amazing brand that's diversifying into. It's all about being creative when you're an entrepreneur, and she's definitely, you know, a creative entrepreneur, a gold digger, and that's why she was on the show today. Thank you for tuning in, guys. As I said, we are live on YouTube, Omega Live TV, and live here on Facebook. Do follow our page, Omega Live TV. Hit that like button so you can get updates of all the weekly shows. And as I said, my main sponsor for this show is Omega House Multimedia Company. Do not forget, you can find them on West Green Road, which is in North London, right next to the famous Uncle John's Bakery, and you can go to them for all your multimedia needs. And if you mention Gold Diggers, you're sure to get a teeny weeny discount. But yes, we've got to go. We're running out of time. We've had Skinny Cook on the show. As I said, go and find out more about her. She also has a page on Facebook. And on the page, you can join as soon as possible, because she's doing this whole new movement for 2020, guys. So thank you for watching. Until next week, we have another guest in the studio at 8 p.m. Don't miss the show. I'm Miss New Love.
And Mrs. Obileye. Oh,